Hey, welcome to Prost. I'm the Gnarly Gnome. Let's drink a beer. We're starting to get into the cooler temperatures, the fall weather, soon to be winter. Depending on when you're watching this, it might already be winter. I don't know. It's dark beer season, right? I haven't done a ton of dark beers on this show, so that's what we'll do. And I've got a good one. I say they're all good because that's, truth be told, that's what I like to keep in the fridge is good beer. So, FigLeaf, Ponderous Porter. So this beer has changed just a tad over the years. Not a lot, but just a tad. It backed off the ABV just a little bit. I think it started around 7. It's at 6.8 now. Made by FigLeaf in Middletown. So if you haven't been there, they sit kind of right on the line between Middletown and Monroe. A really, really great tap room. It's gone under a ton of renovations in the last year, depending on, again, when you're watching this. Their parent company, their owning brewery, I don't know how to put it, March 1st, has done a ton to kind of help that experience in the tap room, and they've brought in a lot of cider and things like that weren't being, not cider, I mean, yes, they're bringing in cider, but seltzer, things like that weren't necessarily being made before, but let some of the old stuff that FigLeaf, we fell in love with from day one, still exists and still stands true to why we fell in love with it. But if you guys don't care about that right now, you want to hear about the beer. Yeah. Also, big thanks to Josh at March 1st. I recorded an episode of his podcast not associated with March 1st. His and a couple of his friends from the brewery. Shift Beers. I recorded an episode with them, and as I was walking out the door, he tossed me a few cans of this. So thank you, Josh, for hooking me up. I always like beer gifts, especially when they're as delicious as this beer is. I'll even take bad beer gifts, just for the record. Look at that head. Whoops. But it gives you a good idea of the color. So the beer itself, really dark, chocolatey brown. I can see back here a little bit of other color to it. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but super chocolatey brown. The head on it is like a dessert in itself. It looks like some kind of ice cream that I just want to take a spoon and spoon off the top. I mean, really, really pretty beer. Big, giant bubbles in it. I mean, that's a work of art right there, and I can already smell kind of the roastiness. This is an English porter. If any of you know me, you know that I'm not big on beer styles or kind of the geekiness that can go along with that. What you need to know about this beer and this style is it's a little maltier, not as bitter. It's kind of smoother. Maybe a little bit sweeter than some of the other ones, but so it uses a lot of English malts, similar to the English bitters and things like that, but obviously just a darker version. And you get like a nuttiness right off the top, and then a bready sweetness that kind of comes in after it. This is, in my head, when I think of what I want porters to be, it's something like this. I love big beers, and I love the imperial stouts and that kind of stuff, but when I'm picking up a porter, that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for something that's a little smoother, a little bit roastier, a little bit, and roasty can kind of lean into like a bitter, like a bitter chocolately coffee kind of roast, and that's not what this is, and that's not what I'm talking about. I want like a smooth, if I use the term like grilled meat, it's going to make this sound like it tastes like meat, and that's not what I'm saying either. It is kind of a well-rounded, smooth flavor. I just go get some, drink it, right? I mean, hopefully What you should do with this show is when you see a new episode pop up, you should look at what beer I'm drinking. Then you should stop, and you should not watch it yet, and you should go to the store, buy that beer if it's still on shelves, bring it home, sit down, drink it, so that we're drinking the same beer together. It'll all make more sense then. And then I won't have to say that this is similar to grilled meat, because that doesn't say anything. It's also not accurate. This is nothing like grilled meat. I hope you can hear my kids yelling. This is delicious. It is, like I said, a perfect dark beer. Exactly what I want today, what I want right now, what I want to go sit upstairs, sit in my recliner, put my feet up, and drink. This is fantastic. It might make for a good excuse for you to get to FigLeaf and try it. Right? Right. Okay. Prost.